10 years of Zola's Lab 2. Can you believe it, Rose Crystal? 10 years of this world. How do you feel?
I think I started this when I was 13, which means we've had many computers since then to transfer this world over, but we made it 10 entire years.
Even though this world has died a few times, 2018 and 2023, to mainly name a few, no, this world is still here after all these years, and we've made it to 10 years despite everything this world has gone through. We have officially made it to the 10-year anniversary of Zola's Lab 2. And in fact, today is Monday, September 29th, 2015. Sorry, that's the day we created the world 10 years ago. On Tuesday, September 29th, 2015. It is now 10 years later on September 29th, 2025. Which means it has been exactly 10 years since the world was created. Holy frick. Can you believe this?
I can't, honestly. I keep trying to find reasons to try and believe it. It's not happening.
Yeah, no. But today we have a massive 10-year anniversary party to celebrate this major accomplishment. And like the last 10-year anniversary party that we showcased in January for the original Zola's Lab, Rose Crystal is back once more. And with all that being said, are you ready to explore this absolute insanity that took me over 5 days to create, dang it! I'm serious, it literally has taken me 5 days to create this party. Can you believe that?
No, ugh. I do, since I know you put a lot of effort into what you need to build.
But with all that said, let's stop messing around and let's officially jump into it. Starting off with the Zola's Lab 2 10-year anniversary hat. Let's pick it up and let's put it on. That is how it looks. It is a very nice looking hat, and it obviously combines all the colors of the Zola's Lab 2 world, being magenta, pink, and purple. Or more importantly, the order is actually pink, magenta, and purple. You get the idea though, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the 10 is made out of amethyst, because honestly, I thought that looked pretty. Anyway, with all that being said, this is how the cake looks. It looks super, super cool. Also, over here, we have the Zola's Lab 2 10th anniversary party. Originally, it was supposed to start on Thursday, September 25th. However, this party took, again, 5 days to create, so it actually came out on the 29th instead, because I actually started this process on the 24th. Because of how long it took, it was originally going to end on October 2nd, but again, because of how long it took to make, it'll end on October 6th now. Does that make more sense? You agree?
Yeah, sorry, I thought I said yes, but microphone didn't pick that up.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, and then of course, a few weeks later, obviously, is the yearly Halloween party on October 23rd through November 1st. So look out for that in a few weeks. Which will not be as massive as this, obviously. Oh, no, that'll definitely be a lot smaller. Anyway, you may realize right behind the 10, we have a Zola's Lab 2 logo, which is super cool. We also have a book that says 10 years of Zola's Lab 2. Fun fact, CoolCat33 created this book, so let's see what the heck he managed to create. Hello everyone, sorry for the 4-day long delay, but the Zola's Lab 2 10th anniversary party is finally complete. Explore the lab's history with rooms from throughout the past 10 years and collect special anniversary items. Upcoming events. The party will end on October 6th, as we just mentioned. October 9th, the October 2025 catalog will come out. And on October 16th, the construction of the Halloween party will happen. Due to the 4-day delay, the party is extended till October 6th. Happy 10th anniversary Zola's Lab 2. Here's to many years by everyone. So, that is a pretty interesting book. That book is already in the library, so with all that said, where do you think we should start? At this point, we should start right here. Oh, and if you're wondering who the heck this guy is, That is Anniversary / Birthday Sheep. Much like the book, this sheep was created by CoolKid33 to honor this anniversary. So, that's nice. Fun fact, he actually helped me out with a majority of this party. So, you can take credit for him for a lot of the rooms you're about to see. I don't mean the past rooms, I mean the rooms exclusive to the anniversary. Speaking of rooms, let's take a look at our first past room from Lab of Doom 2016, all the way back in May 2016. If you may remember, this room specifically was when Evil Sheep Leader specifically made this room a pool-themed party as a little distraction from what he was actually going to do later on in Lab of Doom 2016. And before you all ask, I had to look at all of the footage for every single one of these past rooms to remember what they were about. You're probably not surprised of this, aren't you, Rose Crystal?
No, I wouldn't even with your memory. I wouldn't expect you to remember every little detail of what you've built over the years.
Exactly. So I actually had to look back at a lot of footage to remember, like, what was the point of these rooms? Because, of course, I can only remember so much. But, yeah, no, this is what the room looked like back then. Sure, we probably should change it to the older graphics to make it look more realistic, but who cares, right? Anyway. Overall, though, this is a very nice looking room. And next up, this one's going to be a bit of a shock, but we're actually going into our first temporary room. Please welcome back the Snow Factory from the Winter Party from January 2022. This was a room from the Winter Party, as it states here. This was where some of the sheep made snow-related stuff, and we had a whole chest filled with snowballs, which was super cool. This was the overall Snow Factory that we could see back in the original party over 3 years ago. So that's really cool, am I right? I think it's definitely a really cool room. What are your thoughts?
I really like it.
Anyway.
Granted, I don't remember every single room that we've done over the years, but I think I remember this one.
Yeah. Anyway, that is it for this room, so we're going to move on to the next temporary room, which is ironically right over here. That, of course, is the bakery. This one comes from the Christmas party from December 2020. Yep, there's a sign up there above the exit sign. But yep, this is the bakery from December 2020's Christmas party. As a reminder, all of the furnaces are filled with the respective items from that said room all those years ago. Anyway, that is super cool. And nothing in here, though, for some reason. But, at least the room looks nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, with all that said, since this room is pretty small, there is not much else reason to still be in here, so let's get out of here and officially move on to the next room. Alright, the next room in our tour is from the surprise party from August 2017. This was back when there was a party combining 3 different events, this specifically being a color party, a western party, and a final days of summer party. For this room, it was specifically a color party, which was really cool. And yeah, and I guess the room color was red. Now, sadly, this party was never fully shown on video, but there were certain clips from it from a certain episode of our Minecraft Big Brother series in 2017 where this room could be seen in the background, so that can explain how I was able to recreate it. I'm talking about Big Brother Season 5 Episode 8 of our Minecraft Big Brother series. And yes, I had to look at footage to make sure what episode it was from. Anyway, that's it for this room. We can go down to our next temporary room. That being the Haunted Mine. There's no sign here, but it is from October 2015, the original. Now, there is another entrance to be able to head down here, and that's specifically right here. This entrance would normally take you down to the Haunted Mine. Normally. And I will do as follows, just so we can get this example out of the way. See? There we go. Done just like that. Anyway, that room is now over with. So let's move on to the next room, which is ironically right next to us. That being from the most famous event of 2025 so far, the sports party from August 2025. How the heck did this party blow up is beyond me.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I've
No.
been busy with school.
No. This party blew up in popularity. And I still thank you guys for that over a month later. I don't know what happened. It just blew up all of a sudden. But here's a room from it. This was the basketball court for the party. This was actually in the second week of the party. So, yeah. Anyway, the items can actually be redeemed from that said party. So, yeah. We can redeem those items right here, which is super, super cool. Anyway, that is mainly it for this room. What's ironically funny is that we have a room literally right next to it, being from the 300th episode party from November 2023. This was back when we celebrated the 6th anniversary of the infamous and famous Zolas Lab 2 corruption. Yeah. You'd even think with something like this we wouldn't have been able to make it this far, right?
Well, it's not like something I like remembering, the fact that we woke up and our entire world was gone.
Well, yeah. But we still have the Corruption 6th anniversary hat and the Corruption 6th anniversary banner, as this was back in 2023. Anyway, as usual, the, sign is still here after almost 8 years. So, yeah, that's it for this room. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one, which is actually the UFO. So, we're probably going to have to firework rocket up there. I take that back, she's already going up there. Alright, we are back in the classic UFO. Now, this only had one specific design, that being from the Christmas Party 2015. That's because it was the only party where this room was designed. So this was the only room I could actually bring back for it. Sure, I could have done a 10th anniversary themed room, but to be honest, why not, right? Anyway, this is the only room to be decorated. As you may realize, the remainder of the UFO is not decorated. But of course, the power supplies from back then are in here, so that's fine. Anyway, that is mainly it for the classic UFO. So we're actually going to head on to the other UFO. So let's go. Now, the modern/present UFO is mainly just a room for the 10th anniversary, as we can clearly notice by all the cakes. I mean, if that wasn't already obvious. But, what do you think?
I'm just trying to find my way around here, actually.
Yeah, I know. There's so much around here. But, yeah, no. Very nice room. It's all for the 10th anniversary, and yeah. Anyway, that is it. So, let's head back down. Alright, guys. Now that we're done with that, let's move on to our next room, which is more so a room I wasn't actually expecting to bring back. And this is from a party that I wasn't expecting to bring back either. Look at this! The Falcon is back! I was not actually expecting to bring this room back. It is from the Star Wars party from April 2016. This was one heck of an event. But yeah, it's back. More so unexpectedly. Go get 30 free joins! Oh, I was not expecting that. Oh, I should probably have not done that. I just wanted to prove that those things actually had fire in them.
You're on creative mode, so it shouldn't burn anything.
No, but hey, it's cool to have this room back, right?
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of these free worlds, actually, we can actually go to them. Shall we? Alright, guys, we are back in this world after all this time. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah,
Yep.
We're back in this world. I can't believe we're actually back. Where the heck did you go?
I just found this little town, so unless it was intentional.
Oh, anyway. But yeah, no, we're back in this world. That's actually really weird. That we're actually back in this world. But, yeah. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, here's where we had some former missions. And this is based off the 2020 events. So, yeah. That was pretty cool. Although, now that I think about it, I should probably remove the dates considering they aren't useful anymore. It's considering, this was 5 years ago. But look at this place, man. This is crazy.
Well, they don't know where you are, so.
Oh, yeah, let me get you over here. Okay, I found her. So, yeah, look at this place. It is a pretty crazy place. Anyway, over here, of course, we have all these various missions that we tackled over 5 years ago. And we even have this little house right here, which is also really cool. And over here, we have a little factory. So, that's pretty freaking awesome. Seriously, I remember using these, over, 5 years ago. Some of which even come from the original Star Wars Party from 9 years ago. So, that's pretty cool. Because I think I actually remember we used to have former worlds, and then we eventually deleted them after the original party. You might remember that, right? Yeah, because I think we originally deleted them after the original party ended, so I had to remake them in 2020. So, yeah. Anyway, speaking of the world, let's head back. Okay, so this next one requires this.
Black, but I can see something there.
Yeah, look at this. We're back. The Star Wars Party 2016 remake from July 2020. Yeah, I had to obviously go with the 2020 version for obvious reasons, since I couldn't remember the original 2016 one. But yeah, no, these are all days that we did over 5 years ago. Can you freaking believe it? 5 years ago we did all of this nonsense. And yeah, it's crazy to think that this place is back. And yeah. So, with all that being said, what do you think?
I honestly love what you've done with it, truthfully.
Yeah, no, because all of this is from older events, if you haven't noticed by the signs. But yeah, that's basically it for this portion of the event. So, let's head back. Alright, we only got one place left to go for this segment of the party. So, let's head on over there. Okay, final area related to this. So, yeah. What do you think?
Well, the fact that you made multiple different worlds for just these segments is honestly amazing.
And the fact that I did all of this 5 years ago is beyond insane. My dedication back then must have been insane. He's back. Anyway, this was back when we did all these Star Wars themed missions, which was really cool. But overall, this is a very nice place. And we can obviously head in here. And, well, here it is. Look at this place. We're back. As if we ever left. 5 years ago. Pretty crazy, right? Can you believe it? What do you think?
I feel like I really do remember this place, but it's been so long too.
Yeah, I actually had to remake it because the original world kept crashing. So I had to remake it. Anyway, that's it. And that's also it for all the Star Wars segments. So we can get out of here and head back to the lab for the remainder of the video. So without further ado, let's head back. So, Rose Crystal, what did you think of that entire segment?
I really, like I said, the fact that you made entirely different worlds for just a small segment shows your dedication over the years.
Yeah, and, well, we still got plenty more dedication and fun coming up. Next up is Master Eagle Anchor's base. This was taken from the Future Party from November 2022. And as you may remember, it was a full-on maze. Now, here's the thing. It was all in the complete dark, which meant this room was a pain to recreate for that reason. But why did I choose it if it was a pain to recreate? I realized I needed to have every single party represented. And I think I definitely delivered with this one. So overall, this is a very nice looking room. And while it was an absolute freaking pain to recreate, I definitely will agree it is a very, very nice looking room. And the original ladders from the event are also still here. So yep, we can climb up here once again. And yeah, everything is back as of normal, as if this room ever left. So, yeah, overall, very nice room. Let's get the freaking heck out of here now, shall we? Alright, next up is Evil Sheep Leader's base. This is from Operation Dome from June 2022, but to make it more, you know, appropriate, considering this is all at daytime, that is more like it, don't you think? Anyway, yep, this is the room back then. Looks very cool, and actually, that's actually a majority of the base. So, anyway, yeah, this is what it looks like back then. Looks very nice, looks all dark and creepy and all that nonsense. See, all from the same event. And Cool Cat 33 hit a little cake back there, so, good for him. Good for him. Anyway, our next place is the vents. Up here? Oh, 1 second. Alright, so now we're up here. And this is the whole vent system thing. So, yeah. And as you can see, this is again from Operation Dome from June 2022. Pretty crazy that this was, you know, over...
I'm sorry, I can't see a dang thing. I had night vision on.
Okay, that's fine. Honestly, for someone who genuinely can't see these things, I understand that one completely. Oh, I guess we didn't put a sign in here, but oh well. That's fine. Anyway, though, but this next one is actually from Operation Reality from May 2025. Think back to when we did Evil Sheep Leader. We pushed down the lever, and then specifically, it's also a reminder, if we flick the switch, yep, he died. Because that was what we did back in Mission 3 of Operation Reality, back in May 2025. So that is what we did. Anyway, with all that being said, that is it for Evil Sheep Leader's base, so let's get the heck out of here. Alright. Finally, we're going into the actual lab rooms now. Apologies. Oh, hold on. Let me just quickly respond to that. Okay, just responded. Anyway, let me just get Rose Crystal back in here. There we go. God dang it, we spawned him here instead. Okay, next up, we're gonna be heading into the lab office. We ready? It is from the Halloween party from October 2016. You might remember this one because, Rose Crystal, if you remember, this was actually where the season 1 finale of our Big Brother series was held. I'm not kidding.
This one I definitely remember.
Yeah, no. I remember this was the one where I got evicted in the final 3 by Lapis Sheep. Dang it. And then you ended up winning the whole season. You might remember that. It all took place in this room. Anyway, down here we have the lab basement. This mainly comes, I think, from the 2023 event. So, we mainly can just do that. Who the frick just bricked the portal? Anyway, much like the original party, we can light them up like this, specifically. And again, this is from the 2023 party. So, there you go. It's all lit up in all of its glory. Love it, don't ya? Well, let's move on to the next room, which actually shouldn't even take long, considering this is also another temporary room. Oh, and to also make things more better for Cool Cat 33. Alright, so this is specifically the Secret Halloween room from October 2015, even though the sign's technically not here. Regardless, this is a very nice looking room. that is much more like it. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the costume itself because, again, it makes too much sense for it to be here of all places. So let's go ahead and put these on, and that's how it looks. So that is another of many items in this party. Overall, though, it is a very nice looking room. All right, Rose Crystal, are you ready for some more insanity? Because we're about to enter our next room.
All right.
All right, follow me to the backyard. This is from the Summer Jam Ultimate from August 2021. This, back in this party, was when Evil Sheep Leader made a underwater flooded tower. This was back in the original party 4 years ago, where we had to explore his flooded tower and solve various challenges throughout the party. Since this is all done now, we actually can just do all of this at once. And all of these save from the Summer Jam Ultimates. So, yes. So, yeah. Also, another thing. Back then, there was a secret entrance here for this party, where this whole room was flooded. As you may realize, however, the secret entrance from the room has returned, mainly because of the room itself. Oh yeah, we forgot to set him back. Much better. Anyway, next up, we have this room. It was the underwater maze. Look how cool it was. Yep, this was the Coral Maze from back in the Summer Jam Ultimate, which was basically also our underwater expedition for the year. Just think about that. That was literally our underwater expedition for the year. And then here's when we had a boss battle against some guardians. It was super cool. And lastly, but not least, the most famous part of this tower, that being Evil Sheep Leader and Polar Bear Leader up here at the top of the underwater flooded tower. This is also back when this specific message right here by Evil Sheep Leader was here. That's mainly because this was at the end of the event where he said that him and Master Evil Oinkers were going to, mess up the timeline back in the events of, this leading up to Operation Zola's Lab of 2021, which is actually true. Because while this was technically true, little this guy realized that never actually happened. While Operation Zola's Lab did happen in December 2021, his little plan here of messing up the timeline at events like H2 Expedition, Rainbow Party, and Halloween Party, yeah, nice try, past the Evil Sheep Leader, but none of that happened. We instead absolutely betrayed him. And we got back at him by not doing any of that and instead making all new designs as we originally planned. So his little plan here failed. And that's what I love about it. Which it is true. So I wanted to bring this up again, considering this is here after all. But trust me when I say this, this isn't the only time we're going to be running into past Evil Sheep Leader and Polar Bear Leader. There are plenty of other places throughout the party that these guys are featured in. So that is super cool. Now we're going to go back down the underwater flooded tower and officially make our way out of here, as we still have a long way to go. There are still so many places we have yet to explore. And now, this is where we jump into that. So, Rose Crystal, what did you think of this tower?
Oh, I really liked it. I couldn't join you all the way up there because I was in survival mode, but
yeah, it's a pretty neat tower, am I right? Yeah, it was something. Alright, Rose Crystal, let's move to the next one. Alright, this next set of rooms is going to be interesting, considering we have a long amount of rooms to climb, because what if I told you that there are multiple rooms above the flower shop? This first one being from Operation Zola's Lab 2022. This was specifically the future time period. Oh god! Anyway, yeah, no, this was specifically the future time period all the way back in 2022, where specifically Yeah, it looked like a very messed up future. Bright and also very fire-themed future. That was cool. Our next room comes from... God dang it. The next room is from the Halloween Party 2024, which is one of the skyscraper rooms. Super cool, am I right? Well, let's go on ahead and specifically explore this. This was back when we had to put a specific pumpkin on top of this little pumpkin statue to finish the room. And we had to choose through various pumpkins spread across the room. It was a very fun challenge. So with all that said, let's move to the next room. Oh, and technically we could have technically gone down the water slide from this specific point, but that would have spoiled this room anyway. Anyway, speaking of the next room, by climbing up the twisting vines, we have the following. The Christmas Party 2024. This is the Christmas Workshop, all the way back from like 9 months ago. Can you frickin' believe it? What do you think?
I can't believe you got every detail right, to be honest with you.
And the fact that I built it right above a Halloween room. Do you realize what I did? We combined multiple rooms like a huge skyscraper of past rooms.
That's cool, I didn't even realize that.
No. We were just in a Halloween room, and now we're in a Christmas room. For the sake of this video, we're not going to visit Santa Sheep's home, as, well, at this point, we're already dragging on the video by a bit much, don't you think?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But at least the option's there, which is good. So, that's at least something. Anyway, overall, that is a very nice looking room. Next room, we're gonna have to go up this path. And we are going to come up here. Which, this next room is a Pi Day themed room from March 2016. A little fun fact, actually, about this room. And what the frick is this cake doing here? Anyway, fun fact about this room, it actually returned in the Zola's Lab's 2nd year anniversary party. You might remember that, actually. Because it actually did return in that party. What do you think?
I really like it.
Anyway, that's it for that room. So let's move on to the next room. Which, by the way, this is also the last room of this huge tower. God freaking dang it. I remember we have the Rainbow Cloud too. God dang it. Anyway. Here we have, hold on. This is the Rainbow Party from July 2019. Over here, we have some items. Specifically, the brown banner and the barrel. On the other side, however, we have the light gray banner, the andesite wall, the white banner, which technically is Rainbow Banner 1, and, of course, you know, the Rainbow Banner 2. I guess this is back when they didn't have proper names. Now, these cakes right here were added by CoolCat33. Okay, maybe except for over here. I guess they aren't here. But this was back when I guess I was trying to make this a past room. So, maybe that's why they were removed? I don't know. What do you think of the room, though? Looks nice, doesn't it? Anyway, now, for real this time, we are done with this huge tower of rooms. So now, let's finally head down to the downstairs. Holy frick, man. Okay, so the beauty about these rooms... Oh, come on! Okay, we actually got up here. So, anyway, here, I am also going to teleport CoolCat33, so he, can actually join us. Anyway, this is all a 10-year anniversary room, so we don't need to worry about any portals, at least until we get there. But regardless, it's all a 10-year anniversary themed room. Now, sadly, we won't be able to open this specific door, not unless we break the doors open, but I will find a way to fix it. Alright, with that resolved, we can head in here. It mainly is just, you know, the, gold nugget room from... well, December 2015. But that's it. Not really much is in here. Oh, he went to the nether. Anyway, what do you think of these rooms? You like them?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Next room is going to be the Halloween Party 2015 room, which I also just realized there wasn't a sign. But, oh well. Anyway, this actually, I think, comes from the original 10-year anniversary party. So this is actually, I think, a returning one from that party. So, that's cool, right? Anyway, over here, we have the basement. That's right. Not just that basement. That's right. Specifically speaking, the one and only Secret Lab basement from Halloween Party 2015. Yep, it's back. Better than ever. Anyway, that is super cool. So, yep, we can officially close off this and officially make our way back over to here. So now we can head over here where we have the classic meeting room, which is a 10-year anniversary themed room. Classic Snowland, on the other hand, is actually, ironically speaking, dating back to its original debut 10 years ago in 2015 for its grand opening, as this also mainly, I guess, could celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Snowland, which is also super cool. Anyway, moving on, we have more 10-year anniversary themed. And what the frick happened to the other cake? There it is. Anyway, moving on to the next room we have is, specifically speaking, over here. This is another 10th anniversary room. But what isn't is this. The 9th anniversary party from September 2024. There is no sign here because I just realized I didn't implement one. God dang it. But what is here is the Zul's Lab 2 9th anniversary hat from exactly a year ago. So that's cool, right? Anyway, this room mainly consists of all the decorations from the previous year's anniversary. I would have done the Christmas Party 2015 room again, but then I realized we already did that last time. Anyway, let's move on to the next room. I think we're nearly halfway done with this thing, which is actually really cool. Next room is from the St. Patrick's Day party from 2018 in March. So, overall, this is a very exciting room. You may realize it takes elements from both St. Patrick's Day and the Big Brother Season 6 house. Anyway, that is super, super cool. And honestly, this came out very nice. And overall, we have the other Gold Nugget room. So, that's cool. I guess that technically, comes from December 2016. But this one, I can assure you, does not come from that. Instead, comes from Operation Clones. Yes, that's right. Operation Clones. Dating all the way back to September 2023. Can you frickin' believe it, man? Yep, Operation Clones. That was an interesting one. And I guess this is back when we had the whole lapis sheet nonsense. Anyway, that is a very nice looking room. So, let's get the frick out of here. And move on to the Summer Jam 2017 from June 2017. Actually, I think we explored this party together, right? I think so.
I think so.
Anyway, oh hey, we're all caught up. Nice. And just for the record, we only have Rose Crystal on voice call right now, not Cool Get 33, because we didn't actually think he was going to be joining. But yeah, overall, next room is going to be, oh god. Woo! We're gonna have to go into creative for this one. This is for Operation Villains Phase 2 from March 2022. This is specifically back when Evil Sheep Leader turned the entire lab into literal lava. That was crazy. Anyway, that's it for this room, so let's get out of here. Our next room comes from a very similar room to what we saw earlier. That being, specifically speaking, the Halloween Party 2021 from October 2021. This was a remake of the 2015 Rose Crystal's room, where an exact reference or entrance to the exact same room that we saw earlier can be seen. So no need to come back down here again, even though I clearly just did. But I do love how fast you can go up those steps though. Anyway, moving on to our next room. Because wow, we still got some to go. Next up is the storage room, and you can actually thank CoolCat33 for designing this room. Specifically the banners, which is super awesome. Anyway, this is a very nice looking room. It mainly just consists of banners, and that's really cool. Anyway, that is it for the storage room, so we're gonna immediately move on. Oh yeah, did I mention the Lava Doom HQ is back open? Well, we won't be going for all the tunnels in this video, we'll at least be going through the main entrance. Anyway, this next room is from the 1.20 party from July 2023. Technically, this was actually the June 2023 event, but since this portion of the event actually unlocked in July, that's why it was set as that. Well, the event actually occurred in June, but this portion unlocked in July. Anyway, this was back when the sculk sensors were introduced, or at least the calibrated ones to be realistic. So that can explain why this is here. Anyway, moving on to our next room. This room is specifically from the Easter egg hunt from April 2020. Now, even though the map wasn't actually in this room during the party, it's at least still here to showcase it for show. As you may notice, it is an entire compilation of everything we have just done, outside of some things that we have missed. But rest assured, we will get to those very, very soon. Either way, this is a room basically all about Easter, which is super, super cool. Anyway, let's move on to the next room, which CoolCat33 is going the right way. This is from the Adventure Party 2021 from September 2021. This is super, super cool. Anyway, Rose Crystal, where the frick are you?
I don't know.
I will just teleport you to me. Anyway, what do you think of all these rooms so far that we've explored? Interesting, right? Anyway, I just wanted to get your feedback. Very nice room though, right?
Yep.
Anyway, next room is going to be the HQ. And this one is from Operation Multiverse 2024. The Villain Universe. Now, this was actually the November 2024 event, but the reason it says December 2024 is much like the 1.20 room, this actually unlocked in December rather than November. So, yeah, at least this portion of the event unlocked in December rather than November, which could explain why it says December rather than November. This is all about the Villain Universe we saw back in Multiverse 2024. Oh, good idea. Good idea, my guy. Anyway. Yeah, no, this is the room from back in the day. Looks very nice. With all that being said, if you're wondering who the heck is in here, I'd like to reintroduce you. Oh, god dang it. I'd like to reintroduce you all to Master Evil Oinkers. According to CoolCat33, this is what he looks like after the events of Operation Zola's Lab 2025. And, yeah. So, at least that's according to him. Anyway, next up, we're going to be heading over to the, Classic HQ, as that's next on our map, or just our tour. Now, you might already start recognizing this one, as it's actually from the Zola's Lab versus Evil Sheep Leader Lab War from February 2020. This is how it looks. The HQ was all lit up in the dark, which was pretty crazy back then. Heading on into the other side of the Classic HQ, it also is from the exact same party. So that could explain why this is all like this. It is super, super cool. And you know what, Rose Crystal, just for the heck of it, I will teleport you down here. How do you think of this room? Pretty interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, our next room is going to be, well... Oh, Snowland. All right, next up is Snowland, which this comes from the Festival of Snow 2024 from February 2024. Oh, and this was a little message that a certain somebody named Koget33 wanted me to implement for some goddamn reason. He says, "Don't worry, they aren't Roblox, I checked," by HQ Secretary. This is an obvious reference to the fact that after the events of the Festival of Snow 2022 on Legos Island, the snow sculptures of Master Evil Wankers and Evil Cluck ended up actually being robots all along. So this was a little reference to say that, yeah, no, don't worry, these aren't actually robots, these are just snow sculptures. And plus this room takes place 2 years after the events of that. But he thought he would be funny, and we're referring to him. Oh, God! Thank God he had fire resistance. No, we're referring to this guy. Anyway, this is how the room looks. We got stuff like the redstone torch as a nice sculpture and all of these really cool banners. We got Evil Sheep Leader, Evil Cluck, Master Evil Wankers. Everything looks amazing. And, Rose Crystal, you can come on in here, by the way. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yep, you can come on in here. No, we're in Snowland. But yep, this is Snowland. Looks really cool. Now, luckily, we got some ladders here, so we can just drop down here. Because our next room is the Ore Room from the Water Party in July 2018. This was when the place was all covered in water, which was super cool, right? And fun fact, actually, about this party, this was the last party before we lost the world. You might remember that.
Yep.
No, this was literally the last party before we lost the world. The next room, though, actually comes from the Festival of Fruits from August 2024. As we can notice, however, this is how it looks, and it's the exact same design from the original party. And a fun fact, the room that coincided with this is also back from the exact same party. So we can do the exact challenges we did back then, over a year ago, where, ironically speaking, much like almost every single item in this entire party, we can obviously go ahead and claim all of these items. Which, just to set the record straight, is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, we can literally put on all 4 of these items. So see, we're now officially here. Super cool. Anyway, it's also nice to also finally showcase these rooms properly after having to do this in phone quality for over a year. You might remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we had to film lab videos on my phone for over a year just because we couldn't get the stupid LAN to work? Yeah, that was during this party. Now, next up is the gold mine, which I just realized is not decorated. Now it is. It's mainly just cakes, though, so there's not too much to say here. Let's move on to the next room. Our next room mainly consists in the tunnels, which this one shouldn't take long at all. Mainly considering, well, first of all, the portal's not here, but it's actually being reused from the original Zolazat 10-year anniversary party, the Gray Sheep Rescue Mission. This was all the way back when we had to save Gray Sheep after they got trapped in this cave. Another thing is that the Deep Slate Cave from the Cave Expedition is also still down here, but we've already explored this already, so we don't need to do this again. Now then, that is the only reason we came down here. So, with all that being said, let's officially head back up. Next up, we are going to be heading into the Dojo Room from the Halloween party from October 2015. You see, when touring the Halloween party 2015 in Operation Zoa's Lab 2025, you see, the thing is, this room was never physically showcased. So, with all that being said, here it is now in its actual reality. All of these rooms, though, are their normal designs, but they mainly come from the Elemental Party back when they were originally redesigned. So technically speaking, all of these technically still have their original Elemental Party designs from 5 years ago. So yeah, like I said, all of these come from their original Elemental Party themed rooms that we saw 5 years ago, back when these rooms originally got redesigned for their said party. So that we can confirm is legit. Now, let me teleport you so you can actually see this room. Rose Crystal, are you ready for the balcony? This is gonna be...
Yep.
Let's do it! The balcony! This actually comes from the Christmas Party 2017 from December 2017. But to make it more appropriate, that's more like it. Look at this. This is actually cool. Oh, yeah. That's powdered snow down there, and that's because there's actually a hidden room. Thank you, Cool Cat 33. Anyway, this is how it mainly looks. It looks super cool, and again, is all representative of the original party from almost 8 years ago. Crazy, right? We even got the 2017 up there. What do you think of this room, Rose Crystal?
I like it.
Yep, this is all from the original 2017 party. But what if I told you there was more to this party than you may or may not have realized? Because you may have saw Cool Cat 33 going down into some powdered snow. And that's basically because if we are to head down here, you might actually realize it is actually from the Celebration of Fall 2022. And this is the, hay maze, where we had to go through a specific maze spread across the balcony. Now, since a lot of these rooms can't be accessible... Oh, never mind, I take all that back. Apparently they are accessible somehow, to some degree. But yes, you may realize we are making progress throughout the maze. And as you can see, we are back up. And now we can officially proceed on to the next room, which this next view won't even take that long. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting one because if you're wondering why there is a massive carpet here, you can thank Cool Cat 33 for that one. He suggested making a carpet going from Rose Crystal's house all the way to the lab itself. So yeah, if you're wondering why this massive runner is here, yeah, no, you can thank him for that one. But what's the room that actually comes from it? Well, say hello again to Camp Zoa's Lab 2 from September 2022. This was an event where we went all camping and nonsense. Oh, and that banner was placed by Cool Cat 33, by the way. This house, by the way, has also been designed for this party. Not in here. Oh, wait. Never mind. Thank you, Cool Cat 33. He actually designed in here. Okay, good for him. I didn't think he'd actually design in there. But what is here is the Thanksgiving mini event from November 2023. This was all the way back when, we had Thanksgiving, and this is where the banner can be obtained. Pretty cool, right? And, Rose Crystal, if you see this now, you might remember us touring this party, right?
Yep.
Anyway, that's super cool. And this is a very nice looking room. Anyway, going upstairs, it is actually from the Celebration of Spring from May 2023. Now, this party actually occurred in April 2023. However, this room wasn't added until the May portion of the party, which can explain why it says May 2023. Now then, what do you think of this room? Think it looks nice?
I love the flower design for all
Yep.
this.
This all looks very nice. Yeah, it does that a lot. Where it just says that you're online for some reason. Have you ever gotten those notifications? Anyway.
Minecraft or Discord?
Nope, just on Minecraft. Where it just says that
Then
you're online even though you're clearly right next to them. Anyway.
No.
Anyway, that's it for the house. So let's get the frick out of here. And Rose Crystal, we're going to your house next. This shouldn't take long though, considering, well, your house is pretty small. So let's follow the runner and make our way over to your house. This is gonna actually be really cool. Anyway, oh, you beat us here. So, Rose Crystal, what do you think of your house?
Well, the fact there's cake everywhere is a nice sign.
You can thank CoolCat33 for that one. You can also thank him for the massive tent on top of your house. He decked this entire house. I'm not kidding. He literally decorated this entire house. So, yeah, no, good on him for all these decorations. That is freaking awesome. Anyway, this is really cool. And yeah. Anyway, that is it for this portion of the event. Now, let's move on to some rooms I just remembered we forgot to showcase downstairs. Dang it! You see, we actually forgot to tour the underground party room, and that's my fault, so let's do that now. You ready for this one, Rose Crystal? Look, Valentine's Day. I mean, we had to put one in here somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we had to put a Valentine's Day party room in here somewhere. This is from February 2020. Oh boy, this was sure a decked out room. Yeah, I just remembered that we didn't tour down here, so I came back here very quickly once I realized that. And oh god, my inventory is full. But yeah, no, we're gonna need that because we're gonna need to collect the next item, which is specifically the Valentine's Day 2020 banner. Just for the record, that's what the door looked like. However, that is mainly it for this room. So we don't actually need to be in here any longer than we already have. So that's a good sign at least. Anyway, again, that's what the room mainly looks like. And I truly do like it. Do you like this room?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Okay, next up we'll do, classic underground party room. Now, this is probably going to be a bit of a throwback, but ta-da! Memorial Day party. Wait, what did you say?
I thought this was like the classic, I thought it was gonna be like the stronghold. For some reason, you managed to recreate the entire stronghold.
Oh, no. I would never be able to do that. That would be really hard. And I just realized the item isn't even here. Dang it. But, oh well. Nah, we don't have time to do that. It's currently like 11:38 right now. But yeah, there's supposed to actually be an item here. I actually couldn't find it. And yeah, sure, I could have recreated it, but I didn't think we'd actually lose the item. So, yeah. Anyway, what do you think of the room? Look.
I like it. It looks great.
Yep, we got memorial sheep here. Now, the rest of these, thankfully, are not past rooms. These are all anniversary-themed rooms, as we might notice, which is super cool, right? All of these are from the anniversary party. Yeah, I put that there so he doesn't escape. Yep, all of these are for the anniversary party. Super nice, right? Anyway, over here, we have this room. That's ironically where CoolCat33 is. So, good for you. Anyway, this is what this place looks like. It looks very cool. And we have Evil Street Leader's base from Lab of Doom 2018. And hopefully you're all in creative for this. Because we're going down. Yep, that's right. The Lab of Doom 2022 Master Chief Oinker's base. Yep, so this room's actually been down here this whole time, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Rose Gusto, if you're wondering, this room's been down here the whole time.
Well, I didn't know that, so.
No, it's been down here since this event, at least. But, nice room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I actually do. That was cool. Okay, next room. Okay, next up, we got 2 more rooms. This one being from... Oh, God! This one being from the April Fool's Party from April 2019. Now, sadly, it turns out this room kind of got destroyed a bit. And yes, I know this platform technically wasn't here during the original party. However, the only reason it's here is because this kept burning. You can thank this being right here from Special Evil Street Leader's base. However, the point still remains. This is how the party looked back in the day, and it looked super, super cool. So, without further ado, I don't know how the heck we're going to be able to get out of here unless we use Spectator. Alright, everybody, you ready for another room from the most infamous event of the year? That's right, it's back again, the Spores Party from August 2025. Yep, another room from this party. But again, it was the most popular event of the year, so I guess that would make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, again, this is the most successful event of the year so far, so why not bring in a few more rooms from it to represent how freaking epic this party was? But, yeah, what did you think? Looks nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're done down here, so let's move back up. Before we forget, we are going to explore the Lab of Doom HQ, but only the room itself and not all the tunnels, since that will take forever. We'll explore all the tunnels. Here is the Lab of Doom HQ, which debuted in May 2016. While there is no sign here to represent that, it should have already been obvious by now. Anyway, we can obviously turn on the little computer here. Looks super cool. Oh, okay, this just broke apart for some reason. Anyway, looks very nice, right? What do you think, Rose? Do you remember this room?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but obviously this has been down here all these years, of course. If you don't count the corruption. But you know already where all these take us, and we were already in Evil Street Leader's base earlier, or Master Chief Oinker's base earlier. One thing I should mention, though, is that we actually never explored the garage when we were in the underground party room. Let's do that now. This room, as you may realize, is also decorated. It's mainly just cakes, though, so this isn't too much of a problem. It's literally just cakes down here. So not too much needs to really be said, other than the fact that, well, yeah, we're here, and the time machine's been turned off. You can thank Cool Cat 30 free. Did you hear what he said in chat?
No.
Nah, he just said something pretty crazy in chat. Anyway, that is it for the garage. So let's get the heck out of here. Oh, I just remembered that there is this entrance here for a party. Specifically, the Old Memories Party from October 2015. Even though there isn't actually a sign here that indicates it, that's my fault. We still have a room here from it, which is pretty cool. It's just another temporary room, and it most likely will be removed after this party is over. Now, as for down here, in particular, nothing's really down here except for the temple. That being the Orange Temple from the Festival of Fruit from August 2024. This is the only other temple to return from this party. which is super cool. And similarly to the pineapple, we can actually go ahead and claim this item for ourselves. So let's go ahead and claim the item. There we go. Let's claim it. And that is again how it looks. Very cool. That's basically it. So we can actually put this stuff away. And we can also claim the banner. Oh, and I guess this trivia question is still here from the anniversary last time. Who would have known? Anyway, that is it for this room. We should actually probably put this stuff back. All right, that's done. Yeah, nothing really down here. It could just be because we have this huge temporary room up there. That probably can explain why we couldn't fit a design down here. Sure, we could have implemented cakes. Thank you, CoolGuy33, for implementing more cakes alongside me. So, that's cool, right? Yep, he implemented some more cakes to just at least make this room decorated in a way. So, good for him. I also did some too. But, yep, I did some as well. Looks very nice down here. Anyway, let's get out of here. Oh, and he left. Oh, wait. What? What the heck? Oh, he must have disconnected by accident. But, next room is going to be the Special Labs. This one also shouldn't take long either, as this is mainly from the Earth Day party from April 2017. If I recall, this was actually here last time for the anniversary for the original Souls Lab, but it's brought back again mainly because I couldn't think of any other room to bring back. Plus also, we didn't have enough rooms from the earlier years. So, it's back. Again. But yep, it's back once again. Looks very cool. Nothing down there, though. Thank you once again, CoolGuy33. He's implementing the candles while I implemented all the cakes. So, this guy has been a major help over the past few days. Seriously, I freaking love it. Yeah, he's still lighting cakes down here. I can't believe he's actually still doing this. Holy frick, this guy's dedication is awesome. Anyway, let's move on to the next room before, you know, we're here all night.
Yeah.
Frick, it's midnight! God dang it, that would have been nice if we got it out on the actual day, but at least we recorded it on the right day. Is that what counts? You agree, Rose Crystal? Is that what it counts? As long as we had the video on the right day, at least recorded. Who cares if it goes out after midnight? Alright, next few rooms are going to be from Dream Rooms from June 2025. Now, specifically, the reason why these rooms are here in particular is mainly because, specifically speaking, I'm not gonna lie to you all, they were kind of left over after the events of Dream Rooms. So, yeah. They're kind of left over from Dream Rooms, so that's why they're still here. If you are still here, Rose Crystal, then, what do you think? Looks interesting, right? Well, this is definitely what Dream Realms looks like. It was one crazy event back then. Like, we explored all these dream worlds. This being one of them. It was really cool back then to see what could have been, which is exactly what happened. And actually, I just realized I should have done Snowland before the HQ. But, yeah, no, look at that. Everything looks awesome in here. Anyway, HQ is next, which is also from Dream Realms. See, look at this. And this is why we didn't go down here earlier, mainly because this was all from Dream Realms. Anyway, with all that being said, let's finally get the heck out of here. These next few rooms shouldn't take too long to tour, so let's cover them real quick. This being the Tem Shop from the Season 4 competition, the Tem competition. Do you remember that, Rose Crystal?
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that managed to survive the frickin' corruption? I still can't believe that's actually a reality. Ain't that right? I still can't believe that's actually a reality. Anyway, it's all just 10-year anniversary cakes in here. So, like I said, this one wasn't going to take long to tour. So, let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which also will not take long at all. The next room specifically is my base. Now, this room specifically is actually coming from an event that you never saw, at least its full-on mission structure. And that's is HQ Expedition from November 2016. This was back when Evil Sheep Leader hid inside my base for the events of HQ Expedition 2016. Now, why exactly did he hide in here? To this very day, I have no freaking clue. But he's here otherwise. But, yeah, he just hid in here. And I think, yeah, we defeated him. It was just never shown on video. How sad. Am I right? Anyway, let's move to the next room. I told you that one wouldn't take long. If I'm being honest, we probably should have showcased this after showcasing the Death Star, considering how close they were to each other. Now, this was Evil Sheep Leader's Sky Fortress. This officially comes from the following Lab of Doom from May 2020. This was back when Evil Sheep Leader created his own Sky Fortress, a remake of the original 2016 one. And here was all the various attacks that occurred during Lab of Doom. This one up here was the only one that didn't actually happen, as we didn't have the resources for it at the time, so it was eventually replaced with a lava maze, or a magma maze in that case. But either way, this was the Sky Fortress back in the day, which was super cool. And again, another past version of Evil Sheep Leader. That's like 2 rooms in a row. And also a past version of Polar Bear Leader. Don't want to forget about this guy. But overall, look at this frickin' Sky Fortress. It's frickin' awesome. And that's it. So we're actually going to move on to the next room, which a ton of these will actually be anniversary themed rooms. So this won't take long. Next up is Enpro's house. Since these are all anniversary rooms, these shouldn't take long at all. Mainly because there aren't many decorations. However, in here, as you may notice, it looks like this. But like I said though, since these are mostly anniversary rooms, these shouldn't take long at all to get through. Because once again, yeah, all of these are exactly what I just said. And we're already done in here, so yeah, I don't even need to come back here now. So let's get the heck out of here now, shall we? The next one is the coffee shop, and once again, the Starbucks, my bad. This next one, thank you once again to CoolCat33 for designing this room. So, yep, this was all his doing. So, that's pretty cool, right? Anyway, all of these mainly consist of anniversary banners and cakes. So, again, thank you to him, because, yeah, no, this room would not be possible. Anyway, that is mainly going to wrap up this room. Our next room is the theme park, which is also all anniversary themed. As we can see, CoolCat33 recommended the design of the stage to be more happy themed, mainly considering this is the anniversary party. He also decided to place some cakes all across the area, which is super cool. Although he did miss a few, so let me just cover that real quick. That's better. Oh, and I guess here too. So, yeah. And here as well. So, I will place down some of these. Okay. This room. I did all the cakes right here. He did all the cakes over here. So, that's pretty cool. Not much else needs to be said, other than the fact that over here we have more anniversary banners, which were all placed down by CoolCat33. Okay, and for some reason there's no redstone torch here for some reason. Okay, that's just wrong. That's really weird. Anyway, okay, that's fixed. And Western Park also has a few banners, but these ones I placed myself. So, yeah, just to clarify, yeah, these ones I placed myself. Looks very nice, if I'm being honest. Looks very, very nice. And over here, I will place down some more banners. He made all the cakes and banners over here, so that's pretty cool. That's for Random Park, by the way. Galaxy Park, I did all of this myself. All these banners myself. So, yeah, if you were wondering. Yeah, no, I did all of these ones myself. I even did all the cakes myself. So, pretty cool, right? Just making sure that, he actually follows us. Super nice. And that's basically it for the entire theme park, except for the water park and medieval park, but these shouldn't take long. He also placed down all the banners in this room too. So yeah, but I placed down the cakes in this room myself. So that's pretty cool. There's not much to show here, so that's why I'm going through these pretty quick. Because there's not actually much to show here. When it comes to this specific room, as you may realize, there are not that many banners here, so we're actually going to get through this really quick. So, yeah, that can explain why there's not much being shown here. Because again, a lot of this, well, all of these banners were done by me. So I can confirm that one. And we're done with the theme park. Alright, people, we are in the last few rooms of this party. Anyway, all these cakes were placed by Cool Cat 33, so once again, thanks. He left right as I said that. But, oh, okay, there he is again. But, yeah, police station looks cool. He even made this little number 10 because I thought was really cool. He also designed this room. I made the number 10 while he put in all the cakes and banners. So, personally, good for him, because this place looks freaking awesome. He also decided to implement something after the events of Operation Zola's Lab 2025, and that is specifically the following. That being police sheep, or officer sheep to be realistic. This was implemented after the events of Operation Zola's Lab 2025. And speaking of which, it's good that I actually bring all of this up, because that's where everybody ended up after the events of Operation Zola's Lab 2025. Anyway, we have alternate Universal Evil Sheep Leader. Evil Sheep Leader is orange in reference to his Lab Doom 2016 aftermath, where he was locked in jail. We got Special Evil Sheep Leader right there in gray, Polar Bear Leader over there, and where the frick is Evil Cluck? Did he despawn? He probably despawned, didn't he? Nope, he's right there. Okay. It's just with him being, that kind of chicken how he kind of blends in. Although, if I'm being honest, we probably should have put them all in here as a little reference to Lab of Doom 2016, but, oh well. Anyway, let's get the heck out of here. Still hope you guys like the room, though. This looks actually really cool. Now, this one, I'm not gonna lie, was actually really frickin' funny. I think we can all agree. This is funny. Look at what we did with the slime. We decided, well, Cool Guy 33 decided to put some banners on it. He also decided to put some cakes here as well. But what I decided to do was put a little party hat on it, put a star on top of it, and give him one of those, I think, like, God, what the frick do you call these goddamn things? Like party blasters or something? I don't even remember what these things are called, but basically those, I guess, like party tongue things? I don't even remember what they're called. But yeah, no, it's basically just a whole celebration thing. We honestly thought this was funny, so we left it in. Anyway, it's funny that we're ironically next to the slime because that's ironically next to the cruise ship, which, oh my god, this might actually be the last area. Holy frick, finally! Sorry, it's just we've been going for over an hour with this tour, so that's probably why I am more excited to hear that it's finally going to be over after this. But, yeah. Anyway, first of all, we have the cruise ship, all being decked out with more 10-year anniversary decorations in the bedroom of the cruise ship. Over here in the cafeteria, we have even more cakes over here, which is super, super cool. With all that being said, that is basically it for all the 10-year anniversary rooms. Because guess what? For the remainder of this, it is actually, surprisingly, going to be past rooms. That, first of all, being, once again, from the sports party. From August 2025. Oh, and by the way, I should have mentioned that this banner was actually available in the police station. The anniversary banner was actually available there. Why was it there? Well, it was actually the first place that we placed all these banners down, so I made that the place. Like the original sports party, we can actually go ahead and claim these items, such as the red soccer banner and the blue soccer banner. Those are items we can claim as well. Now, we will still have enough room to claim the last remaining items of this party. So, this is what it looked like back then just a few months ago. And, well, yeah. Anyway, let's head back over here. Because, well, yeah. The reason why these don't have portals is because this is already here. Because up there's also a past room as well. Turns out Coquette 33 is already up there. But this is also from the sports party. I know, this party's gotten so much representation in this party, but again, it was the most popular event of the year, so I just had to. But also, there aren't that many designs for the cruise ship pool that I can really choose from. There's only just like a handful of them. But, yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring this room back just because it was super cool. Anyway, with all that being said, let's move up to the top of the cruise ship. And oh my god, guys, this might actually be the last room of this party. Oh my freaking god. If that's actually legit, then holy frick. People, we have probably just made it to the last room of this party. Let's claim the red tennis banner and the blue tennis banner once again, which I figure are actually the last items of this party. Like the original sports party from over a month ago, this is what the tennis court looked like. And similarly to the basketball court, this was made during the second week of the party, in the last few days of it, to be exact. So with all that being said, that is basically it. Now, before we go, are there any rooms that we are missing? I just need to check really quick to make sure I am not missing any other rooms with this party. Because if we are, that would be a real shame. Nope, I am just checking right now. I think we've covered everything. Nope, I knew we weren't done. This is an anniversary room. This is the Sky Dojo. And hopefully, this is for real the last room. As you can see, we got some cakes over here. But yeah, no, Sky Dojo is decorated. Looks awesome, right? It's just cakes, though, so this doesn't even take long to tour. But, yeah, overall... Oh, whoa! No, he died again. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, I think that is officially it for the Zolas Lab 2 10-year anniversary party. You gotta be f***ing kidding me. You see, we actually decorated the slide for this party. Because, as you may realize, this was actually by CoolKev33. So, you're welcome for him for putting both the banners and the cakes on this slide. We mainly did this because we thought it looked cool. But overall, with all of that being said, I'm just going to check one more time to make sure we are not missing any room. Nope, I think we have officially covered everything. Yo, Rose Crystal, are you still there? If you are, I need your thoughts on this party really quick before we wrap up. Oh, thank God he fell in there. Rose? You still there? She's not responding. I did realize we forgot to do this room. It was from the fair of 2020, in April 2020. So I thought I'd just showcase this really quick. Yes, the Lazy River is back from that party. So, yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd showcase it real quick in case anybody forgot. Overall, though, after over an hour of this tour, I'm not gonna lie, this, I think, was definitely worth spending 5 days doing. So, with all that being said, that officially wraps up this episode of Solas Lab 2. I still can't believe we actually made it to 10 years of Solas Lab 2. And the fact that I was able to make an entire party all dedicated to just this one world in the span of 5 days is beyond insane. With all of that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video of the Solas Lab 10-year anniversary party. Again, I apologize that it came out a few days late. But you can definitely tell why the video was delayed because, again, this party has so much freaking content in it, as you can clearly see. So many rooms from past events, so many original rooms being decorated just for this party alone. And, like, I think the only 2 parties we are missing rooms from in this party, I think are, like, the Fiesta and the music party. Maybe even, there may even be one more, but you get the point. This is absolutely nuts of an event. And if Rose Crystal is still awake, I need to get her feedback. Okay, so I just checked. She actually just went to sleep. I can't blame her, though. It's like 12:24 in the morning. But if I had to guess, she probably would have absolutely adored this party. I mean, you technically already heard her earlier in the video. She absolutely loved everything that we did. And, like, the fact that we did all of this just for one world, again, is insane. But again, thank you again for watching this episode. And the next episode is going to be on October 2nd. We're going to probably do some other things with this party. I don't know. But regardless, this was a very fun party to check out. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed. What was your favorite room? What was your favorite item in this party? And yeah, overall, I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody. The only thing I'm worried about is that this is going to be an absolute freaking nightmare to clean up. Thank God I extended the party, because I am not ready to do this in 2 days. Oh, thank God. This was a massive event, and I'm still very proud of how I made all of this. And here's to 11 years in 2026. It will definitely be way smaller than this. I'll definitely tell you that for a fact. But overall, see you next time.